Good morning, everyone. Thank you so much for tuning into another stream. If you guys are new here, in the morning we come in, we take a look at NQ price action, we see what happened during the overnight session, and then we outline and see what can happen going into that New York session. So here we begin by looking at our 4-hour time frame, which you can see this current 4-hour does look like it's kind of reaching that exhaustion state, right? Prices slowly not wanting to continue to the upside, which, you know, they totally could still continue to the upside. However, when we are starting to just get a bunch of wicks and wicks and wicks to the top, typically that doesn't mean that prices really is excited to continue going to the upside here. So that is one thing we will mention and look at. We got that fair value gap below, and now within that inverse fair value gap too, there's a little order block right here on the 4-hour. But there is that, right? So far, still above that previous daily high. On the 4-hour, so the wicks are showing a so the liquidity at 24,242.50. To reverse to the downside from there, and maybe retest this leg. Right, so here, just general price exhaustion, right? Kind of seeing that. Oh man, let's see. Do we have VRVP? We do have that. Yeah, we're pretty close to also just kind of that area where we will see maybe some rejection. We could go a little bit higher within this. However, out of this range, it does look like we are nearing that place where we could potentially reject and just, you know, not continue to the upside. This hourly. My God, pardon me. Been dealing with this fucking cough shit. We have an inverse fair value gap right there, right? On the hourly, we have an inverse fair value gap. Still all those liquidities on the upside, right? That we're not gonna undermine in any way, shape, or form. We got this hourly right there. That liquidity we can probably get. What did I just get rid of? What the heck? I have two there. Get rid of that. Maybe some of these, right? So on the downside, we got a little bit, and on the upside. So we currently have that inverse fair value gap on the hourly. Currently looking at this. So, in this inverse fair value gap is from 24,090.75 to 24,123.50. You could see potential rejection out of it. 23,123.50. Let me see what this 5-minute. See, like this 15-minute looks like it just wants to gush to the downside. But upside, that's a lot. $15 looks like it might want to outside that 15 hourly. Has to a previous hourly low, but we are still just kind of within this little range here. And Trump is also yapping, so that's a big thing to watch for. Is whenever Trump is yapping, we typically will see a little bit of a interesting price action within here, right? So 15-minute is, so we covered our hourly, right? We covered our hourly. Let's see what is going on this 15-minute fair value gap here. SFP at the top. Still haven't had that displacement on the downside yet. So we have this fair value gap there on that 15-minute. We swept the previous 4-hour high. There is potential. We are below that previous 4-hour mid. So that does open the door for us to potentially come down into that 4-hour low here. This is looking like a little bit of W pattern. So maybe I've outlined some of these yesterday. This is what we're looking at on the downside we're working with. S&P at the top with that rejection of that 15-minute fair value gap. That can give us a potential into that reversal down to that previous 4-hour low. Like we were saying, right? That 4-hour might even give us, which is going to be there, I believe. Previous 4-hour low, right? Yep. So let's see here on the 15-minute. That is what we're working with here. Oh, man. Maybe he wants to come into the OTE of this leg to the downside, right? We got this OTE here. So yeah, on the 15-minute here. The price has swept the previous 4-hour high here and is now below the previous 4-hour 50%, which could give us a potential outside 4-hour here. On the 15-minute, we are looking at the range OTE here, as well as the FOG that has formed here. Fucking spit that shit out. Yeah, let's see what they want to do within these next. So, rejecting that as well as the FEG that has formed from there, which gives us an opportunity to take this to the outside 4-hour. And the low of that 4-hour is right there. Let's outline that. There's that low of the 4-hour chilling at 24.00350. Inside hour at 24.00350. Right. There's that on the 5-minute. Let's see, on the 5-minute. According to where's our dealer plan? There it is. According to some studies from Edgefool, there is a potential, or every Wednesday, right? Wednesdays pose that kind of reversal of that price is more likely to retrace to that New York midnight open more than anything, right? So we are, if price opens up above that New York midnight open, there is a chance that we can come down and retrace here, which we could be looking at that potential here as well. And this would check out with what we have going on. So Asia range, London manipulation to the upside, and New York session could see that potential reversal, and we'll see if price retraces into that OTE here. The 5 minute, we are looking at the potential reversal into the downside on the 5, given prices swept the Asian session to London, and there is the potential to reverse into the New York session. New York midnight open at, where is that? 23,982. 982. Let's see what this brings us. And on that will do it. That's all I got for you guys today. So thank you guys for watching. Thank you for tuning in. As always, make sure you go check us out at www.papertraders.io. Make sure to come hang out with us on these streams. Give them a like, give them a share if you enjoy seeing these streams. Make sure to go subscribe to us on Twitter at the Paper Traders, and check us out. Check out Mr. Hayes at Hayes Beats. Check me out at Eddie Trades. Give it a like, give it a share. I'd greatly appreciate if you guys shared these streams. That's the best way to. That's the support. If you guys want Discord, come check it out. Like we said, www.papertraders.io. But other than that, that will do it. I love you. I appreciate you. And we will see you later tonight to review this price action. Peace out.